Real life. Real stories. Let's see what's trending in Indianapolis. This is Poteet on The Edge.
Would you like me to recreate the solar eclipse now on the edge of Indy?
Sure.
Ready?
How would
Stand
you
by. Beautiful, wasn't it?
That's all it is, huh?
Now faster. Yeah, holy Corona. And that's what I have off here to my side, a couple of Coronas.
Wow.
So that's why I'm
See,
bouncing around.
we've got to really interview these guest speakers that come on here and know what the heck we're getting into.
There needs to be a screening process. Yeah, there needs to be a screening process. That hasn't happened.
So the eclipse happened, and we're still around, so there's no apocalyptic.
Did you two not plan anything for the rest of the show because of that for this week? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We had no plan. We thought it was going to be over, right? So any interesting tidbits from just the experience of the eclipse? Some people were underwhelmed, obviously.
Yeah, it looked, I guess, well, what I thought it would look like. We kind of lucked out, where I am. It rained probably about, right on the tail end of totality. All of a sudden it got dark anyway because we had a thunderstorm around. So, but there's some really cool, like satellite views of it. You can see on the visible satellite shots, you can actually see, the darkening across the country. It's interesting, / creepy and kind of awe-inspiring. Kind of like this segment that we do every week where we, troll the internet.
Is it awe-inspiring or creepy or both?
That's what I'm saying. It's a little bit of everything.
Wow.
I mean, how else are you going to find, carrots with things around them, dogs, finding heroin and live geckos crawling out of your ear.
Okay, so you've got to warn the audience before you actually just lay all that out there.
Yeah, we've got a lot on our plate today.
Yikes. All right. Hit us, man. We're ready for it. Let's go.
Everybody loves the Gecko. It's a friendly commercial spokesman. It's so cute with that little accent and everything, and it saves you money on car insurance. But then you wake up from a nap, and you're a guy in China, and you've fallen off to sleep. You wake up, and you've got this itching, and let me warn you, this gets intense. The guy says that he, quote, felt something squirming inside of his head. And guess what? He decided to go to the hospital, and that little something inside of his head, that little voice, as it were,
was not whispering 15% off your car insurance. Well, that's progressive.
Doctor,
sorry.
I'm hearing this commercial over and over in my head. It was a gecko. It was supposedly a live, as you see there, the probably unnecessary adjective, horrified patient has a live gecko removed from his ear. And there's sort of a spoiler alert in the headline. Medics have no idea where the animal's tail is.
No.
The doctor who did it said that he shined a light into the ear. Well, where else? Tell me where it hurts. You could just start in my ear.
Oh, my Lord.
Shined a light into the ear as he grabbed at the gecko with a pair of tweezers. He said, quote, again, cringe alert, the animal was facing inwards, and when I touched it, it suddenly squirmed. The doctor used a sedative to calm the gecko down. Isn't that a phrase that the kids use these days?
Did they sedate
if you want to be cool, yeah.
Did they sedate the guy too?
I know. It'd
Let's
be
not worry about
me
the gecko.
first. Me over here.
Sedate the gecko.
You got to
calm that gecko down.
Hey, calm the gecko down.
It could be
dude,
a tagline.
Okay. So they calmed him down, and so, but that was probably a very good thing on the doctor's part. It's like, you give the airbag that drops in the airplane. You put it on your kids first. Worry about yourself later. Get the gecko settled down first, and so they were able to pull it to safety. It appeared to be missing a tail, as you see there.
No.
Next to the tweezers, appeared to be missing a tail, which doctors have been unable to find in the man's ear. Now, we like to give you news you can use, and you'll be happy to know that Dr. Tu says that if it should ever happen to you, you should scream and just run around the block. Or his advice, you should relax and drip vegetable oil into the ear to calm any unwanted invader down. It seems like that would just pee him off a little bit more to me. But
Put some beer in there instead.
Yeah, right. Vegetable oil will calm in case you wake up sometime and you feel something crawling around in your head.
Don't take naps in China.
There's the lesson to be learned right there.
Or if it's like, when you're when you're holidaying with the cannibals and just sleep with one eye open at all times.
And both ears closed.
And both ears closed. Exactly. Wow. Thank you for putting the exclamation point on that one. Okay. Well, there you go. This one's not as creepy, but it's just kind of bizarre. This 84-year-old woman in Canada, she lost her wedding ring many years ago. Let's see. It was 2004. She lost her engagement ring. She thought it was gone forever. She was weeding, apparently. She was pulling weeds at her family farm in Alberta, Canada. So that, she lost track of it while she was weeding. 13 years later, her daughter-in-law is pulling carrots in the garden, pulling out the carrots. And all of a sudden pulls out something that looks a little something like what we're about to show you. Do you think this makes me look fat?
It looks like a belt.
Yeah, right. It's like you've been wearing, like that ring looked good on a baby carrot, but not so much on you. And it's her ring.
How does that happen?
It grows inside of it. So
yeah, it just landed apparently just the right place, and so
it's got two little feet. Look at that.
Look at that.
It looks very weird.
It's so sad though that it said her husband isn't around anymore, but she's still excited to find the engagement ring again. She said, "I'm going to wear it because it still fits." You would think, yeah, that maybe at some point that like maybe the carrot would have stretched the ring or what.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know what she could have done? She could have drawn a face on the carrot to make it look like him. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You could.
And then take it out to restaurants so they could have little dinner dates and whatever. This is my husband, Bugs.
There's Mrs. Grams with her husband.
Really? And then she should take it to the jeweler to find out how many carats it really
is. You got it. Oh, you beat me to it. I was wondering. All right.
Not always original, but always fast. That's
that was good. All right.
That's my corporate goal. One more story involving, would you like something else that somebody dug up?
Yes.
Or dug out.
Or dug out. Golden Retriever's owners thought their dog had found a time capsule in the backyard. Isn't that fun?
Oh, absolutely. Those are always great.
That's always my first thought. That could be a time capsule.
They're digging around, and he starts to uncover. He's unburying this this container, I guess. And Kenyon, the dog, 18 months old, puppies, still pretty much at that point, golden retrievers. His owners found a package underground. They thought it was a time package or a time capsule, so they started to run the video. Oh, this will be fun. Well, soon after they opened the package, they realized it was a time capsule, not so much, and more a type of drug. I guess they weren't sure what type of drug, but this lovable little golden retriever, I love golden retrievers.
Little boo-boo, look at him.
Kenyon is the dog's name, and Kenyon's digging recovered over 15 ounces of black tar heroin.
Naturally.
Now, I have to confess, I didn't know there were different types of heroin. Oh, black tar heroin. That's, it's like they have the different Johnny Walker, flavors. Well, apparently black tar heroin is worth a lot of money. $85,000 worth of heroin that Kenyon. And did he get a reward? No, he got no cash out of that. But
wait, that's black tar heroin?
On the right. The capsule's on the left.
Okay.
Not that I know anything about this at all.
Welcome to Edge of Indy with Walter White is our guest host this week.
The producers are cackling right now.
Oh no, that's the black tar heroin is over there.
Observations would say that's a.
Those aren't the producers laughing. Those are the cops laughing.
Brittany, let's call the authorities right now. Okay. We're all going to be brought down with them, okay?
The building is surrounded right now, right?
Yes, the building is surrounded. The dog didn't get any money, but he is now an official canine. He's an honorary narcotics canine
There
for
he is,
life,
yeah.
Good dog.
which I think is kind of cute.
Look at
And they gave him a ribbon. There you go. Isn't that cute?
That is a heck of a retriever. I'm just wondering if somebody's going to offer up some offers to buy the dog back, and who the heck would that be? I mean, they would be interested in getting him on board there. Never mind.
And is there anything else?
In
I mean,
backyard.
in that backyard. I mean, if that's, is that it? I mean,
All of a sudden, Kenyon's digging holes everywhere.
Finding all the things.
He's a happy dog.
he needs to go out to New Mexico because, as I say, Walter White. I don't know how many Breaking Bad viewers we have out there. He's, did we really see all of those barrels of cash, taken care of in that last episode or not? Yeah, I still wonder. Anyway, those are some of the freaky, fun things that we found on the web
There
this
was
week.
a theme here. I mean, literally, just digging weird crap out of so many different places.
Yeah, because you're digging the gecko out of the. There's something in my ear. Oh, wait, it's you guys. Hang on.
That's creepy in its own way.
Yeah, there are people digging things out of their ear. And then 2 cases of digging things out of the ground. Very good. You found the common theme.
Absolutely. Each show we have a particular theme. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, and then we serve it with a little weather garnish at the end. So
all right, hit us
please
with
enjoy.
What you've dug up in
forecasting.
In forecasting.
Man,
Yes,
I'm gonna have to give you the honorary bell
Absolutely.
again today.
I'm tapped out. All right.
Well, sit back, relax, enjoy a little 7-day action here. It looks beautiful again, and we're back to where we were at remember the beginning of August.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's back to that again. Lots of sunshine, very little humidity. The next thing, and then you're asking yourself, well, why couldn't it have been like this for the eclipse? Yeah, I know. Welcome to Indiana. But the next thing is maybe the remnants of that tropical system Harvey, which is threatening Texas over the weekend. Some of that could get absorbed into the upper levels of the atmosphere. So we'll probably end up with more clouds and maybe some showers later Monday and into Tuesday of next week if you're looking for rain. But otherwise, it's going to be a beautiful weekend in Indianapolis. They said the state fair attendance I read the other day was up 25%. From last year, and the story was, I don't know if where I read it from, but it was or didn't comment as to whether it was the weather or the attractions. Well, let me tell you, right, that weather was amazing, for the run of the fair this year. So I'm sure that had a part to play.
Absolutely. Well, it's a great forecast. No unforeseen eclipses coming up in our near future, right?
No, nothing that if I dig something up, I'll let you know. How about that?
See, he doubled down there. Yeah, we're in the same groove.
You are.
I feel it.
Dad jokes among us. I mean,
all the dads.
In the meantime, now I'm going to make sure. Yeah, it's still on my finger. Okay, just checking.
Actually, all right. I'm gonna go a little bit more on this segment. I didn't tell you this before regarding the engagement ring, right, or the wedding ring. I actually was up in Minnesota in the upper areas where all the lakes are, and I was in a waterfall with my son. We were a scout trip up there.
Oh, no.
And I pulled my hands out as we're at the waterfall, and I'm missing my wedding ring.
No.
It literally is off my finger. And my wife told me, you better leave your rings at home.
That's what we do, is tell you all the right things.
And
that's the first thing you think of is in your mind, a little bubble with your wife.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I dug through, and I went through that waterfall. I mean, it's like a 3-story waterfall. And my brother-in-law actually recorded the entire thing on GoPro just to document how earnest and panicked I was, because he had no faith that I was going to find this thing. I was like a raccoon trying to find everything in the last attempt before we just gave up. I found
we did cut him off
in a corner. I mean, this is a torrent of a waterfall. I found it in a corner of a rock. Pull it up, scream to high heaven, and then subsequently put it in a plastic bag for my brother-in-law to hold on to for the rest of the trip.
Does your wife know?
And then you swore your son And this is one of the things that we don't tell Mom.
Yeah, and we're broadcasting it. All right. No, she knew. And
I hope you've told her at some point, because it's, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but their camera's on.
No, it was excruciatingly summer moment as I brought it to her. Hey, this is what happened, and you were right.
Yes.
Those three little words that women love to hear.
Yep.
Every time, it never gets old.
No, it doesn't. Well, sorry for the embellishment there, but that rung my bell whenever I was.
Oh my gosh, that had to be. Oh, that
Next
had to
time,
be. Talk about your lows and highs all in the space of a
next
couple
time
of
you
minutes.
should put it around a carrot and just put the carrot down.
You should always, Aaron. You should always carry a carrot with you.
Can I get a bell for that?
Give her a bell. All right.
What's that? What's that you were packing? Oh, don't be alarmed. That's just the carrot that I bring with me at all times.
My ring carrot. Don't worry.
All right. My ring carrot. Okay. This I gotta call it. All right. Hey, thanks so much, Paul. We're gonna be digging up a heck of a lot of carrot jokes here for the next week. So
you betcha.
We'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much.
All right. See you soon.
Bye.
All right.